Hey everyone, welcome to the DoBrink platform. Today I'll take you through the supplier side of our platform to help you get started. The first thing you'll see when you log into the portal is this overview. A list of data requests sent to you by importers in Europe asking you for CBAM data. You can see the importer in the left-hand side of the screen, and you can hover over the flag to find out where they are located. They will also send you their purchase order number and perhaps a product name, which you could help to identify the product. There's also the goods code column, which may not be something that you're familiar with at first, but actually it is basically whatever HSCN code the European importer has shared with you. A CN code, or a slightly longer TERIG code, is actually the same as HS codes. The European Union just adds a few more digits to it. So what you really can look at is the goods code and simply focus on the first 6 digits to help orient yourself. In particular, when you combine it with, for example, the name of the product. You'll also see this status column, which can be action needed or completed, as you can see lower down in the list. When action needed is orange, it just means that action is needed within a reasonable amount of time. But when the action needed button becomes red, it actually means that something more urgent is happening. This is usually the case when you are closer to the end of the reporting period and it is actually urgently needed to submit your data. When a record is completed, there is 2 variations. It is either completed by you, and it will be marked green with a check mark. This is what we call actual data. It's also possible that the system completes the records for you because you did not provide the data in time. In this case, you will see the data as gray. Please try to submit your CBAM data as soon as possible because the European importer will be punished for you not providing actual data on time. Alright, let's move on to the next part of our system. On the left-hand side of the screen, you see the sidebar. This has a bunch of quick navigation links that allows you to navigate to key parts of our system. I would like to start with Profile, where you can manage your preferences and account information. Under the number formatting, you can choose whatever number formatting is common for your country. You can also set date formatting and time formatting, as well as your time zone. Please also complete your position and phone number when trying to save this profile, because it really helps us to know who we are dealing with and how to reach you in case there are any questions. The next tab is the Settings tab. This allows you to manage your company's address. Your company address does not necessarily have to be the address where all of your factories are located. It is purely the legal address where your business is registered. It's also possible to add team members here in the near future. Simply click on Team and you will be able to manage this. Again, this feature is coming very soon. In the sidebar, you can also find the Importers tab. This shows all of your European importers. The Suppliers tab shows all of your suppliers, those that provide precursor or raw material to you. Then there is a list of installations available under the Installations tab, and we make a distinction between platform calculated data and third-party data. Platform calculated data is basically all of the CBAM data that you're collecting within our platform. Third-party data is all of the data that you have collected outside of the DoBrink platform, but are bringing into the DoBrink platform to allow sharing with European importers. The last 2 things you'll find in this sidebar are the proof repository, which brings together all of the evidence that you have uploaded in the entire system, as well as a quick link back to all of the data requests that we saw at the beginning. What I will show you next is how to work with installations. We go to the Installations tab in the sidebar and we open one of the existing factories just for the moment. On the top you will see that there is a few other things that you can do. First of all, you can add the address of the factory or simply use the address of the company using the Use Company Address button. This is very useful if your company legal address of the company is the same as the address of the factory. Then you can add, of course, the installation ID and name, as well as the installation name in the local language. Then you can manage all of the emissions. Simply click on Add Emission, followed by a selection of the greenhouse gas that you would like to track, followed by the reporting methodology. If you're not sure, just click on any of the options and our platform will send you in the right direction. Add a name to the emission source, followed by a method that applies. Choose the data quality. Depending on the data quality that you choose, different fields will appear. Choose any of the fuels that may apply in case of combustion, and you will see that our platform automatically adds the emission factor for you. Add the quantity consumed. In this case, let's add 25 tons. And as you can see, the emissions are automatically calculated. This is the time where you can add proof. Simply select the proof or upload new proof by clicking on the Upload Document button. It is also possible to use Add Public Link and, for example, link to public information in case of things like emission factors that might be available on your national energy websites. Click Save, and now we are back at the list of installation emissions. Our next step is to either add platform calculated data or third-party data. Like I explained earlier, DoBrink makes a clear distinction between data that you add to our platform and calculate everything within our platform on one hand, and third-party data, data collected outside of the platform and that you are simply sharing through our infrastructure on the other hand. Let's start with platform calculated data. To add platform calculated data, click on Calculate Your Emissions. Add a name to the process. Select an aggregated good category and add the reporting quantity. Add the sector-specific parameters if you know them, or simply fill in 0 in case you do not. The last step is to add emissions. Click on Calculate to add direct emissions and choose any of the emission sources that we have identified in the factory, followed by a percentage to do the emission attribution. If you are processing material only and you have no direct emissions, simply click on the Direct Emissions tab, unselect all of the direct emissions and click on No Direct Emissions. Click Complete, and as you can see, the platform will use 0 direct emissions. The next step is indirect emissions. Click on Calculate, Acknowledge, select any of the data sources for the information, add the emission factor, as well as the consumption. And as you can see, we have now added our indirect emissions. Let's also add a precursor. We click on Add Iron or Steel Products as a precursor. To add the emissions to this precursor, we simply click on Calculate. Let's say we've purchased this, and we purchased 100 tons in order to make our products. Our country of origin might have been China, but we don't know anything else because the sub-supplier may not have provided us with any data. Let's click on Use Default Values instead, and let's enter our HS code. Let's click on the suggestions, and let's use any of the suggestions that the platform has provided. Let's click on Use Values, and as you can see, we have now automatically filled out our precursor emission. Let's click on Next, and let's click once more on Next to confirm. Now our process is pretty much complete, and we can also see that the SEE has been automatically recalculated. Let's save this process. The last thing I would like to show you is how to send third-party data back to an importer. Alright, now that we've saved our demo process, we're back at the list. You can see that our two processes are here. The SEE has automatically been calculated, and we also see that the status has been identified as complete. You may see data missing here at some point, and that basically means that you've missed any of the mandatory fields. Please go into the process and walk through all of the blue boxes to help you see what is missing. Before we send back our data request, I just would like to show you third-party data. Let's click on third-party data, followed by Add third-party data. Let's add a name for the third-party data that we have collected. Let's say that this is a product that someone has identified. Demo product 1. Let's also add a goods code to help us identify that. Perhaps let's use 7306-9000. It's the one that I have in mind. Let's add an SEE direct and indirect. Let's add the electricity consumption as well as proof. Please complete the sector-specific parameters if you know them, or add 0 in case you don't, and click Save to save the third-party data. Now we're pretty much ready to go. Let's go to our data requests, and let's open any of the data requests that are in the status action needed. Now you will see a data source field asking you to pick between platform calculation or third-party data. If you click on platform calculation, you will be asked to select any of the production processes. Let's click on this one. Keep in mind that the category of the products must match the category of the production processes. You obviously cannot match a cement process to an aluminium data request and vice versa. We see a preview of the process here, as well as the specific embedded emissions of 2.5 tons of CO2 per ton. When we're done, all we do is click Submit and confirm using Submit again. Click on the data request that you would like to open, followed by third-party data, and select any of the third-party data sources that we have previously created. You will again see a preview with the SEE of the product. Click Submit and click Submit again to confirm. Now you are done and all of your data has been sent back. The next time your importer asks you for more CBAM data, all you have to do is open the data request and link the data source in the same way as we've just done, and you're done with CBAM in seconds.